Friends, Americans, taxpayers, gather round because tonight we're diving into the thrilling world of government contracts. Don't worry, I haven't lost my mind entirely. Specifically, we're talking about the Federal Acquisition Regulation, also known as the FR. Now, I know what you're thinking. You promised me jokes about pigeons wearing tiny hats, not bureaucratic jargon. And you're right to be wary. The FR is about as exciting as watching paint dry on C-SPAN. But hold on, what if I told you this hefty document holds the keys to a fair, efficient, and downright sensible system for spending your hard-earned tax dollars? That's right, folks. The FAR is like the rule book for how the US government buys everything from fighter jets to office supplies. And believe it or not, it's built on some pretty solid principles. Think of it like this. Imagine the government is throwing a massive party. We're talking open bar, all-you-can-eat buffet, the works. The FAR is like the party planner, making sure everything runs smoothly, everyone gets a fair shot at the shrimp cocktail, and no one spikes the punch with anything too illegal. So buckle up as we unpack the surprisingly fascinating principles of the FR, because tonight we're making government procurement, dare I say it, entertaining. First up, we've got transparency. Now, transparency in government might seem about as common as a unicorn riding a Roomba through Times Square, but hear me out. When it comes to the FAR, transparency is key. This means all the rules, regulations, and processes are laid out in plain English. Well, as plain as government-issued English can be. Think of it like an open book test. All the answers are right there, folks. No need to bribe the teacher's pet or sneak a peek at your neighbor's paper. Everyone has equal access to the information, which levels the playing field and makes the whole process way less shady. Next up, we've got competition. Now, I'm a firm believer that healthy competition brings out the best in everyone. Whether it's a heated game of Scrabble or a bake-off for the ages, a little competition never hurt nobody. And the same goes for government contracts. The FAR mandates that contracts be awarded through a competitive process. This means businesses of all shapes and sizes get a fair shot at winning those sweet, sweet government contracts. Imagine government procurement's got talent. You've got your scrappy startups, your seasoned small businesses, and yes, even those giant corporations all vying for the judge's attention and contracts. It's a battle of innovation, efficiency, and probably PowerPoint presentations, but hey, that's showbiz. The point is, competition keeps everyone on their toes, encourages innovation, and ultimately gets taxpayers the biggest bang for their buck. Section 4. Integrity. Playing by the rules, winning with trust. Now, let's talk about integrity. I know, integrity in government, that's rich, Oliver, but stick with me. The FAR takes integrity seriously, like really seriously. We're talking your grandma watching you eat the last cookie serious. This means no backroom deals, no preferential treatment, and definitely no accepting bribes in the form of oversized novelty checks. The FAR is all about fairness and ethical behavior. It's about building trust between the government and the businesses it works with. Because let's face it, nobody wants to play a game where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. Integrity ensures everyone is playing by the same rules and that contracts are awarded based on merit, not who you know or how much you're willing to slip under the table. Section 5. Efficiency and accountability. Time is money, honey. We're on the home stretch now, folks. And what better way to wrap things up than with efficiency and accountability? These two go together like peanut butter and jelly. Like Simon and Garfunkel. Well, you get the picture. The FAR is all about streamlining the procurement process, cutting through the red tape and making sure things run like a well-oiled machine, or at least as smoothly as a government-run machine can. And who benefits from all this efficiency? You guessed it, taxpayers. When the government saves time, it saves money. And that means more moolah for important things like education, infrastructure, and maybe even a few more panda bears at the zoo. A man can dream. But efficiency without accountability is like a chocolate teapot, messy and ultimately pointless. That's why the FAR also emphasizes accountability, making sure everyone involved in the procurement process is responsible for their actions. Think of it as a buddy system for government contracts, where everyone's got their partner's back and their paperwork in order. So there you have it, folks. The surprisingly fascinating world of the FAR. It's not as dry as it seems, right? Okay, maybe it's still a little dry, but hopefully you've learned that the FR with its emphasis on transparency, competition, integrity, efficiency, and accountability, plays a vital role in ensuring a fair, efficient, and trustworthy government procurement process. And hey, that's something we can all raise a glass of government-approved bottled water to.